Now to add some data, we are located in the table components, and we're going to add some data in here to fill this up. We're going to do something that we've done in other websites before, having a table with data and then looping over that table and print some HTML out. But now we don't have to figure out where to place it in the DOM, everything, do add event listeners, etc., etc. No, React will do all that for us. But again, this is a function. Let's start with that. The function itself has a return statement, which we all know is the end of the function. It's going to, in this case, output a table in here. We can even remove the div if you want. The most important thing you know is that you can only return one parent element. Now, to continue, we can define variables in here. We can do calculations. We can create new functions. All those things we can do inside a function, we can do here in a React functional component. So we're going to create a list. I have prepared some data. You can either type it over or create your own. I would suggest create your own. It's more fun like that. And this is basically just two objects with the same field names that we have here. So we have a set ID, a name, a year released, parts complete, and an image URL. I took the image URLs immediately from Rebrickable or the Lego site. Again, any image URL will do. All right. Once I have this list, I can start going to loop over it. And now lots of people are thinking like, wait, looping, this is HTML. No, this is JSX. You can do some cool stuff with JSX in there. We can do it two ways. We can prepare our React elements because again, let's say this is a row. I can create a row like this. It's TR, so TR. Let's say a row with one column. Hi. This is a valid React element. If I were to place this row in here, I can perfectly do that with the brackets row. I think it's going to be broken, but again, see here. I think we can do it call span, I think 4. Does that work? I probably have to do something specifically from React Bootstrap. But again, I can span this over multiple columns if I want to. I think the call span can be done with a variable as well. So call span and then equals, since it's a variable, I'm going to say 4 because we have 4 columns. Can we do that? Should work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 2. Nope. Okay. Doesn't work like this. I should check the documentation like any good developer would. Now that we know that we can define it here, we can make a for loop here if we want to. We can let list equals list.map, and then we're going to use the map function to loop over every element and then create basically the JSX for it. Now, cooler would be to do it straight into the into here. So beyond the body, we can start an expression with the brackets list.map. If I can type. And the map consists of a set, and we're going to do something. We're going to return something with each set. So I'm going to return. Oops, that's not the correct brackets. I'm going to return basically a whole TR thing. So let me think. I think we can even do this. I think the syntax might be wrong. I'm going to copy paste this in there. And now we're a bit of in syntax hell. to make sure that everything is correctly closed off. What is this? We have multiples that are not correct. Row is not defined. Of course, we have deleted row. Hold on. And then we can, let me check. The return statement should work. Let's fix this. Well, apparently there was nothing to fix except for a refresh needed. So sometimes refresh should also be okay. So again, I am looping over the map. And again, we have two elements here, two sets here. I just looped over it and made some dummy data. But again, we have the set data. So we can do set.setID. And already found it. Does it update? Yes, 1, 2. So again, we can do this step by step for each value. I think the name is next. The year released is next. Year released. As you can see it updating right here. Perfect. Parts. And I think we have complete as well. Now for complete is a Boolean. I don't want to place a Boolean in there. I want to say yes or no. So now we can do something cool, as in with a ternary expression. So again, in here, if set.complete, if it's true, we are going to print yes. And otherwise, we are going to print no. Et voila. So again, this is a very simple small if statement. That if statement allows us to print yes or no, depending on if the Boolean is complete. Again, this for people struggling a bit with syntax, this is, of course, in the beginning, very large, very complex, but it's just modern JavaScript. It's ECMAScript 6. So again, like I said in the lessons, if you learn React, you're going to get better not only at React, but at JavaScript itself. And it's going to give you a leg up in so many different disciplines as well. We see something interesting here. Each child in a list should have the unique key prop. Well, but it prints, right? It's a warning. Do we care about it? Yes, in this case we do, because React can update very specific members of a list without re-rendering the whole page. That's the whole point of React. So how does React do that? It needs to define one line specifically it has to identify it with a key. So a key is just a property on the element. So in this case, our element is tr. That's the whole element. I'm going to place a key, and we need a unique identifier. Now we know that, or some of you might know that Lego sets have a unique ID. So set ID should be sufficient here for our unique key. So set.setID should work. And our warning, let's remove it first and refresh. Our warning disappears. So now we have updated our table with data. We can store it in here, but it's still not efficient enough, because it might be cooler, and if we have different functionalities, to actually have a different component for that row. So let's now, in the next section, make a new row component and then pass the data along to that component using the props argument.